You know, one thing that you can say pretty much every single metalhead is bound by is some sort of nostalgia and paying homage to the past. And one video that I've thought about making recently that I'm just gonna bite the bullet and make because I think he deserves for it to be made is paying a little bit of a homage to Coverkillernation. Some people that are potentially newer to this niche that have only been watching some of the more recent channels or maybe have only gotten into the niche in the past couple of years, either creators or whatever, will not fully understand or even remotely begin to comprehend the magnitude and the impact that Coverkillernation not only had on review channels, but specifically this niche. When he spoke, everyone listened, and he was the poster boy for this niche for the better part of an entire decade, to the point to where when Anthony Fantano was a little channel, he looked up to Coverkillernation as the metal guy, and that says something. But if you're unfamiliar with who Coverkillernation is, Coverkillernation was one of the first review channels that specialized in album and track reviews, band discussion, things of that nature, but he specifically centered all of his content around metal. He would do rant videos, he would do album reviews, track reviews, and then later in his career on YouTube, he pretty much just started doing a lot of tier lists and band rankings, album rankings, and he really revolutionized the niche for so many people. And for any creator that is watching this video, I want to impart something upon you guys by virtue of him that I think some people in this niche have forgotten. There are times I'm a little frustrated with how homogenous this niche can become and how people kind of forget how to revolutionize and have new ideas and newfangled ways of talking about similar things. I think when I look at a lot of the channels nowadays, and this isn't a diss to any of y'all, because I am the same way and I appreciate pretty much all of the channels in this niche in their own various ways. I have a profound amount of respect for anyone who creates content consistently in this niche because it's fucking hard and you get a lot of backlash and you have to have thick skin. But Coverkiller did something that I don't see a lot of nowadays, and that is new ideas and not just sticking to one specific thing. When he first started his channel, he did like album reviews, he did track reviews, not unlike someone like Wyatt XM or Count Blaggereth, and if anything, this is sort of a meta commentary on the older channels in this niche. Nowadays, what you see a lot of is channels that pretty much stick to one specific pattern. Maybe they'll do a best albums of the month series, and then they'll just do album reviews and track reviews, and occasionally we'll talk about whatever big trendy news is happening in the metal sphere. But when you look at older channels like Wyatt, like Brain Smasher, or specifically who I'm talking about in this video, Coverkillernation, you start to sort of see a difference in how they approached this platform. Coverkillernation would do everything, and I'm not just talking like genres, I'm talking just within the metal sphere. He would do videos about like why people hate certain bands, controversial topics, he would do list videos, he would do tier lists, album rankings. He was ahead of the curve when it came to so many different sort of video content, and that was one thing that inspired me a lot, because when I was getting more into extreme varieties of music, specifically in around I'd say the 2014 to 2015 range, when I started to dabble in more obscure underground niche genres, I grew up in the YouTube era, so a lot of the content that I wanted to be entertained by and engage with was on YouTube, and so I'd suck out a lot of content that would be in that specific niche because it's what I was enjoying at the time and what I still enjoy. And Coverkillernation was pretty much the token boy for so many diverse types of content, and the dude almost reached 100,000 subscribers in this niche. And when you look at his content, he was not the most proficient. He didn't edit his videos. He used the same background music across every single video. It was him on his couch with a not so great camera and a really shitty microphone talking about music. And he grew to millions upon, I believe, tens of millions of views and almost 100,000 subscribers over the course of a decade. And if you weren't following his channel and like I think it was like late 2019 leading into early 2020 when he did his final hoorah, when he basically did a ton of massive lists to sort of end out his channel. He obviously still does some live streams, and I have nothing but respect and admiration for his struggle, because I know he's had a lot of health complications throughout the trajectory of the channel. He's talked about it quite a few times, had heart surgery. But when I look at Cover Killer, I look at what this niche stood for to begin with. It wasn't about fancy thumbnails and descriptions. It wasn't about following a pattern. It wasn't about releasing whatever new brand spanking new album released and releasing a review for that. And as someone that really likes making essay videos and rant videos and list videos, it was very inspirational for me in my YouTube journey to see someone that was stepping out of the comfort zone and just revolutionizing, because he didn't have a blueprint to work off of. Nowadays, a lot of channels just kind of homogeneously follow whatever is successful or whatever tried and true tested idea is proving to be lucrative to either monetize or just to get more engagement and retention, and you just rinse and repeat that and regurgitate what like 50 other channels beside you are doing. And like I said, that's not a sneak diss at anyone. And I've fallen prey to those pitfalls as well, from sort of boxing myself in and feeling like, you know, there's a specific way to treat this niche. But when you look at someone like Cover Killer, I have so much respect for him and inspiration from him, and I know for a fact that my channel would not be what it is without his influence and his just how inspirational he was for me as a content creator getting into YouTube in this niche, and realizing that you don't have to follow a specific pattern, and that you can make content that not only you're proud of, but you're passionate about. And if your content is good enough and if your audience is there, they're gonna come regardless. And so I wanted to just say to anyone that's maybe forgotten about Cover Killer, because I feel like he's just not brought up at all anymore, just in a few span of years, don't let him be forgotten. And if you haven't heard of him, go check him out. He has, I think, thousands of videos across his channel. He has so many great videos that I still go back and binge, and his commentary skills, his charisma, it just, it shows what old YouTube was, just a person with a camera talking in front of it and talking about something they care about. But yeah, I think that's where I'm going to wrap this video up. I will put Cover Killer's channel down in the description box below if you want to go check out the forefather of this niche and someone that shouldn't be forgotten anytime soon. Did you watch him, or have you heard of him? Let me know down in the comment section below what your thoughts are of him. I can't wait to hear it. Be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to join the review family today, and smash that notification bell to be notified of my future uploads. You know who it is. My name is Jay Morris, and I'm signing off saying farewell.